Sinking. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
That was great.
That was really
That
good.
was a good sync.
That's actually very.
Do you guys ever use the Premier auto sync thing?
Yeah.
I've been doing a podcast.
Oh, are we starting right now?
Hi, welcome to Joking Off. I'm Alec Preisler, the host. This is...
I'm Jacob Prentice. Alec, thank you for using the professional tactic of stumbling on your own name to really make the audience feel comfortable.
It's a tricky one.
Of course, this is Just Joking Off with David Letterman.
Hold on, I'm Caden too. Yeah, guys.
We're getting to that.
We're doing something right now.
Oh.
We're introducing David Letterman.
Our special guest, David Letterman.
Oh, and then
Did you not read the call sheet?
You're just gonna pounce oh fuck! Did I forget the word? Impression.
Is the word David Letterman?
Is this you trying to yes and?
Guys.
Of course, this is Just Joking Off with David Letterman. Sadly, David Letterman is out this week with jaundice. So, in his place, we have special guest Caden.
Gaden?
Hey, I'm a lot like David Letterman, so I'm glad you guys called.
All
Would you
right.
care to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I'll do a joke over and over and over again
Right.
until it lands.
Okay.
Regardless of the humor in the first place.
See, I kind of am David Letterman too, where I cheat on my wife quite a bit.
I thought you were going to say, what's the bald guy's name? I've got somewhere I'm going with this. Just wait.
All right, Bruce Willis,
No.
fucking John Stamos.
On David Letterman.
Oh.
Or not anymore. Something happened. I think they got fired.
Well, David Letterman hasn't been on for years.
I know.
Okay, what's the point of the podcast?
We're telling jokes.
Yeah, we're telling jokes.
Well, telling is strong.
Who wants to start?
strong.
Who's got a good starting joke?
I've got a really bad one, and then we can work our way up.
Well, guys, hold on. Let's talk a bit more about these jokes.
I got a joke for you, Caden.
Okay. Never mind. Okay, so I was gonna go into this long diatribe over what is a joke? Where do these jokes come from? I think it's better if I just say HIV is just gay pregnancy.
And that's a joke that really breaks all the tropes of what a joke is, I like to think, because it's just true.
I
Because the
think it's
joke is funny. The joke would be funny.
Is this what we're
and
doing?
this-
We're starting.
Oh, you're starting? Yeah, I think we're starting with this. Wait.
Yeah, we started.
Are you not recording? Huh? You're not recording?
Go record, Ibars.
We'll start from the top.
Is this also a bit?
That's
Because
okay.
that's pretty funny, but if not...
There's no way it's not a bit. Okay.
Wait, I was rolling, but I wasn't sure if you guys. I didn't close it. I was like, what?
We are-
sorry, I think
we
I
are
closed the
starting
door, but
now.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Okay.
We're starting now. Here we
No,
go.
I think that's all staying in.
Yeah, probably.
That was the perfect intro, I think.
Okay. Thanks, Ibars.
I have a joke here from Jacob Prentice. Bad news for folk singers. All your fans are depressed farmers who died 10 years ago. That's actually a really good
Oh,
joke.
thank you.
That's good.
I haven't actually heard folk music ever.
I just don't know of anyone who legitimate. Neil Young is the closest I get, and I've been described as what's an old soul. So I feel like the gap between actual folk music and anyone who listens to it is
Anytime, they have a lot of folk festivals, and anytime I see folk is kind of a word that's just lost all its meaning, because you'll have I don't know, Mumford and Sons.
So this is my impression of Edward Snowden after figuring out that Costa Rica also has no extradition with the United States. Fuck!
You think that's going to peak the mic a little bit?
Maybe.
Yeah, but I
Hi,
bet
Ibars.
Edward Snowden would peak the mic in that situation.
You just cut off Caden in his really important time of need. And you know what? I might do the same. I got a joke here. I think Caden's got good delivery.
Yeah? Okay, well. Mother, I'm sorry. Eggs are by far the most delicious period I've ever eaten.
That's actually a great joke.
That's an old one from yours.
It's a good one because I told that joke to my friend, Steven, and he freaked out for 2 days because he didn't know that's what eggs were. And he's like, it makes so much sense. I never figured it out.
What did he think they were?
He just thought they were a thing chickens did.
Like clucking?
Exactly.
What's the first joke? Oh, here's the oldest joke I have on my sheet.
Is it that
here.
first one there?
No, the oldest one I'm actually going to tell because all my original ones are way too long. This is the first kind of short one. My girlfriend's complaining she has a yeast infection, but I know that bitch is lying because she's gluten-free.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I feel like for 2018, that's all right.
It's not bad. Yeah.
I thought there was going to be more like workshopping, but these are all pretty solid jokes. So
well,
far.
no. Well, just wait till we
You
get
want a
to
bad one? I can give
yeah?
you a bad one.
I mean, mine are like they're barely. They're like very loose concepts of like, is this funny to think about?
Let's hear it. Let's hear one.
Okay. Fuck. Come on. This is a good one to start off on. What if the British Royal Navy made it to Australia, and modern day Australians were already there? And then the whole bit is, you do like an old timey British voice of like,
But you didn't do the bit.
no, of course not. I'm not confident in my bed enough to do it. I'm just going to tell you about it.
This is like an essay, but you just wrote the introductory paragraph and you're trying to
Yeah.
pass it off.
What
as
is the
entire
joke?
thing.
The joke is, old timey, oh, tally ho, jolly good. And then
And it's
you do
Australians.
like the most bogan, like, fat cat.
So the humor comes from the accents.
Yeah, I'm
This is
trying
accent
to do
humor.
Russell Peters style humor.
Oh, that's an interesting
Yeah,
style.
yeah. So I'm
Because
just
it's
gonna
barely humor.
do a silly voice, and I'm gonna do I don't know, what are Australians known for?
Okay, I have one that's not that good, but I feel like there's something here. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button would have been a lot shorter if it took place in Syria.
That's topical.
Yeah, thank you.
Hold on, why?
For about the last 20 years.
Explain your joke.
Well, you see, the life expectancy there. Have you heard of this thing? It's called war.
Have you heard of the United States of America? Have you heard of the world police?
Yeah, that's right.
Team America World Police.
I don't know. I feel like there's something that could make that a little bit better. Where it's
I-
like the concept of Benjamin Button is that he's aging in reverse.
Mm-hmm.
But in the movie, he starts at like, I don't know, I haven't seen it, 99 years old or something like
Something
that.
like that.
So it's just like, what if that happened? But he starts at like 8 years old.
What if he was a serf in like the 1800s? Because they died at like 3.
That's true.
They died
So
on
he
the
would-
farms at like
That makes
So
it a
he would
little
die
less
at
cutting, I think.
97. I guess you know what though? With Benjamin Button, how'd they know he was an old man when he was born? He seems like babies seem old as
You
shit
do kind of regress at the end of your life. You kind of turn back into, that's not going to work.
into a baby. Because when he comes out, they're like, "This baby's old.
He's born in reverse. How can you tell? He's shitting in diapers and can barely walk. Yeah, I
He's
get what
all
you're...
wrinkly and he sucks."
I guess wrinkles is the kind of the differentiating factor there.
if I saw a
I'm
wrinkly,
not letting you drop that. You barely said that word right.
Yeah, well, what do
if
you
I saw a wrinkly baby, I wouldn't go, "This baby's 99 years old." I would go, "This is a wrinkly baby."
I feel like every baby I see is really ugly and wrinkly. Are they all Benjamin Buttoning?
Am I crazy? Like, I don't see wrinkles on babies. I also don't look at a lot of babies.
Oh, you haven't met my uncle.
That was good.
This was not good.
I asked my diabetic friend if it would be easy to kill himself. Piece of cake.
See, the joke there is you're
No,
diabetic. people.
no, I got it.
No, you got it?
Oh, I got
Well, you
it.
didn't laugh, so I wasn't sure if you got it.
Could also go, it's as easy as pie.
Fuck you.
I feel like that's a bit better. He said
Fuck
it would be
you.
easy as pie. Because you just say piece of cake. You got to put together the actual
Piece of cake
sentence.
works too.
I mean, I just like cake more than pie,
Or
really.
you could go,
Is that what the debate is?
you
thought
go, "Hey, how is it easy to kill a diabetic person?" And they go, "Yeah, I just have to eat a lot of candy."
What's with the dance?
This is a
You
nightmare.
know.
We waited months to shoot this.
You know, guys, flexing is just nature's Photoshop.
Eh.
The problem is I don't work out or care a shit about my body, so
Yeah, but you know Photoshop a little bit, so you can kind of relate.
Yeah, just do one of those. You puppet warp the bicep, and you go. Do one of those.
you ever see those ladies that Photoshop themselves to be like aliens? That shit cracks me up. And they're like infinitely small waists and their skin's like shiny.
I haven't. Well, I have seen that, but what I did see recently is there's a woman on Instagram who is like an aging model type person. She's probably like 37, 38, and she will very badly Photoshop her nipples to be enormous, like through her shirt, like
Big
she'll
areolas or big nip? Big nip bump.
Well, this is the point is.
He's looked at it a lot, so he can really,
I really
break this
studied
down.
this, but she'll be wearing like a cardigan, and then she just like very shittily warps the cardigan to like have these fucking protruding nipples. But it's like, even if you had huge nips, they wouldn't stick through a cardigan like that. This is just like a weird. It's like you've.
It's like dick nipples.
It is like dick nipples.
This is
like
awful.
that.
This is fucking awful. Give me a Caden joke.
All right, you want to hear awful? This is so I was saying before we started that like I was going through all my jokes and I saw a lot of them were just didn't have enough context for me to remember what the joke was, and this is one of those. When women orgasm, they just pee. What the fuck does that mean?
That's it?
What does that mean?
It's just like an uneducated guy thinking.
I think maybe I was like trying to get into some sort of squirting debacle, some squirting debate.
What else would you be trying to get into?
Well, that's what I'm saying is I wrote this probably at 3 a.m. in 2017, and then I just left it, and now I had to visit it for this, and it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Okay, we'll make up for it here.
Okay.
I think the biggest problem with that joke is that women don't orgasm. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, no fact. Yeah.
It's true. I mean...
Well, that's what he's saying, though. They just pee.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Every time I've ever had sex with someone, they just say, I have to go to the bathroom, and then they leave. So,
It's basically Caden just telling a fact and hoping we'll go, hey, that's pretty funny.
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of, my dad complains that today's music sucks and always repeats itself. I guess he's never heard the lyrics to Happy Birthday before. Happy Birthday, the world's oldest song.
That's right.
When was
None of
that?
us can sing or we will
That
all
one's-
get sued.
That one's pretty good, actually.
What?
I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, my God.
What did you like about that?
I just didn't expect Happy Birthday. I was expecting an actual song.
I don't think you could say that Happy Birthday isn't a song. We are once again going to get sued.
Okay, we gotta move on.
Okay.
Happy Birthday, of course, is known for being the music equivalent of Godzilla.
That's not gonna fall at all.
Oh, guys, I'm actually pretty proud of this one. Hold on. I'll let you do this one.
I get a joke from Caden. Your writing is really nice.
There's no way you really mean that.
It's better than mine.
Oh, yeah, I can read that.
Yeah, you ready?
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in charge of scheduling the New York Fire Department on September 12th? It's funny because I've heard this one before.
Oh, really?
From you.
Oh, good.
And it's still good.
Yeah, we're going to need you to come in for a double shift.
Well, I just picture like the nice New York lady of like, okay, well, let's check the schedule. Well, Terry will not be coming in this. Well, why don't we call okay, well.
Oh, there's the volunteers. Oh.
Oh, Caden, I've got one for you, but I didn't write it down.
It's on the phone. The phones are coming up pretty
It's
soon.
devolving. Guys, I wrote down a few and they were long and it was arduous to write them. in these
Honestly, I
small
think
notes.
these it looks way better with these.
This is the teenagers in Florida.
Okay, this is an article that you've given me.
Well, you're just reading one part of the article that says four teenagers.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
4 teenagers in Florida broke into an endangered wildlife sanctuary and gang
Why
raped
would you laugh at gang rape?
a lizard. You know, if you ask me, the teenagers are the ones who are really cold-blooded. That is a heinous act to do
I
to a
imagine-
lizard. Or
That's a true
otherwise.
story, by the way. I don't know if it was in
sure.
Florida, but it was a wildlife sanctuary.
It was in Florida. Obviously, it was in Florida.
You could see why I assumed, and it's an endangered lizard too, which
Well, that
makes it
wasn't
worse.
That wasn't a note you gave me. That was just a little excerpt from an article. So certainly, if it's an article, it has to have.
Was that a weekend update?
I don't know, maybe ripped from today's headlines.
So,
Who's next?
Alec, do you want to grace us with one of your jokes?
I'll give him to Caden. I think Caden has a good delivery.
I'm not one to kiss and tell, but my local priest when I was 9.
Come on.
Wait. Oh, I get
Because
it.
he kissed you when you were
Okay,
9.
okay. So let me.
That's a bad read.
That was a bad read. I don't know. The semicolon fucked me up.
I knew it was too smart for you. I knew it.
Well,
I see it?
Yeah.
Is that the entire thing?
You do it. You
That's
do
it. I think better delivery.
I'm not one to kiss and tell, but my local priest when I was 9.
That's the delivery right
But no, I wouldn't have done that. I would have done it the exact same way as
Yeah.
Caden.
Well, yeah, you gotta. You know, you needed dot.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That would have totally
Lipsies
saved
would've
the
been
whole
good.
thing.
I feel like you're a little bit neckbeard here, where you're trying to really prove how intelligent you are. Plus, like, you can't see a semicolon when you're reading it out.
Also, that looks like an eye. That's the shittiest semicolon.
Yeah,
I've
that
seen.
too. It definitely does.
I wrote it on this fucking fake table. Leave me alone.
I wrote all mine on my fake table, and you complimented my writing, which, by the way, looks like I just learned English about 3 years ago, and I'm still figuring it out.
So it's accurate. I've got a full-blown concept that I don't have a joke for, but it's basically about
This
me
is a concept.
being. It is a
Concept alert. Concept alert.
Concept. That's
Please put in the GFX concept alert.
Stephen Hawking talk if he does that. Say it,
I'd call it a type.
say it's a.
Well, your joke's already been blown out of the water.
There we go. That's pretty good. Well, I don't actually have a joke. It's basically about how sad it was because I went to a conference of his and people mocked him by giving him a standing O. And I want to figure out how to word that.
That's good.
I do have it written down here, but I think I have it written down as something about people mocking Stephen Hawking.
I think what you could do with that one is you could just lie a bit and like make it seem like something actually happened. Where you go, yeah, he got a standing ovation, but then he realized that he could never stand himself, and a single tear fell down his.
You made it worse. You made it worse.
Hold on, making something more sad isn't funnier.
You know what? That
Because last time I checked, it's
okay, Caden. You can get it back with this one.
Okay.
I have no idea which one this is, but it's probably not good.
If you want to yell in sign language, you have to have really big hands.
God damn it, that was good.
This is really good. That's one of my favorites of the.
Actually, that's another older one, but yeah, I think that's.
I'll
pretty
give
solid.
you. I'll give you one.
Okay. You know, guys. Wow.
It's really messy.
Here is my impression of a Weezer fan. Yeah, you can skip it if you want.
That's good. That's
I fucking
good.
hate Weezer, dude.
That's good because you can literally switch that out with any band.
That was originally written to be a 100 Gex fan.
Yeah,
100
more
Gex
inside
is-
baseball.
yeah.
It's far too many Gex.
Yeah, and at that point, I think you should start pluralizing.
I do think you kind of nailed the demographic of Weezer and that like none of them are self-confident enough in their music taste though.
No one puts on Weezer and it's like, this is gonna kill.
You know what I think is like the ultimate example of that is like John Mayer. I've never met someone who's like openly, oh, I love John Mayer. So I'm like, yeah, I got a couple. I don't have that many though. It's
Just
just like,
closeted John Mayer fans are
That's
really
what I'm
getting
saying.
to me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
guys. Can you imagine being a not old church in Europe? Like, are they still? Then this is where you go into the thing. You, what? I mean, are they still even building churches over there? I mean, why would you?
You have these okay jokes, but there just seem to be lead ups to you doing racist accents.
What? Who is that racist to?
Italians,
was
I
like a
assume.
guy-
Oh, God, forget those goddamn wops. Hear this. You think I care?
You can't do that.
The rule
Dude,
is.
they're mobsters.
The rule is, and you know, I've thought about this long and hard, and this is true. If the race you're making fun of is white, it's not racist.
Do they count as white?
I feel like Italian is
They
like
can.
the best example of you can just be as racist as you want to Italians and they can't do anything about it or no one gets offended.
Well, do you remember who was that journalist that was super? He like threatened to throw that guy down a flight of stairs because he called him. Who's the guy that portrays that guy in The Godfather?
You just gave us like 4 different guys
I've-
that we have to fill in the blanks with.
I saw that news story, but I don't know anyone
It's
you're
Andrew
talking about.
Cuomo's brother, the old
I
governor.
did see
of
the
New
news
York.
story.
Oh, Mr. Cuomo's.
Yes.
Oh, not on Cuomo, dude.
Yeah. So what's his fucking name? What's the brother from The Godfather that betrays
I've
everybody?
never seen The Godfather.
Fredo, yes. If someone was calling him Fredo, and he's like, that's the slur. That's like the N-word for Italian people.
Okay, it's not.
And the whole world was like, we don't care if you're racist.
That is never. I've heard that so many times. If that's like the N word for blank, it's like yeah, except you just said it.
Yeah.
I too watched John Mulaney.
I think.
That's a John Mulaney
Oh
joke.
yeah, it kind of is.
We have a joke. Guys, we have our first joke thief.
We got special guest Dane Cook here.
I
Dane
was gonna
Cook.
say Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer's the funniest woman on the planet.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
Anyways.
Anyways.
Which is funny because that in itself is also.
Okay, so this joke I wrote in Vegas. I had 3 of those big Fat Tuesdays cups, and then I came up with this because I saw it on a billboard.
Hold on. Guys, if you don't know what a Fat Tuesday cup, basically picture like a comically large bong and they fill it with Slurpee that's like 50% alcohol. So you have 3 of those, which means he was.
I was trashed.
If you think about it, he's probably more of a carrot bottom.
I don't hate that.
That one's good.
Pretty funny.
I like that.
That's a really good one.
That one will go over here.
Oh, that's that's a little special mic stand there. That's
you
pretty
go.
cute.
I have some jokes here that my mom's sister told me.
I can't
I'm not going to tell it, guys. I don't like anti-comedy.
I'm not going to tell it. I don't like Auntie.
I have some jokes that my mom's sister, do the math,
His mom's sister.
Savvy.
Wow.
I don't.
I gotcha. That's like.
Kid, what's the joke though? Do you actually get it?
That one's for the car.
Yeah, man, I get it, dude.
I don't want to tell you because then you'll know what it is.
The joke is anti-comedy, as in opposite of comedy, is the same as anti-comedy, which is his mom's sister.
Oh, you son.
Thank you very much. That reminds me of one of the oldest jokes I know, a playground joke, if you will, which is I had a joke about a boomerang, but I forgot it. But don't worry, it'll come back to me.
That's right. That's the second instance of joke thief we've had on this.
Is it a thievery
If no one wants it,
if no one wants it, and if it's from the streets, a street joke? Does anybody
Right.
own street?
no
jokes?
one's ever stolen anything on the streets, Caden. That's a good point.
I saw a bunch of homeless guys' stuff on the street on the way up here, and I was like, oh my god, someone might steal this. And then I was like, wait a second, all this stuff sucks, so no one will steal it. It's the perfect thing. He could have a gold bar. at
Dude,
the
he has it made.
This is a topical joke from, let's say, 2 months ago. Former UFC heavyweight champion Cain Velasquez was charged with attempted murder today. Attempted murder. How many more black belts does this guy need to be able to finish the job?
good.
I think that's 2 months
I bet
ago.
that's funny if I knew who the hell that was.
He was a very good heavyweight fighter.
Yeah.
And also, heavyweight's like the heaviest of weight. You think if any of the fighters would be able to commit murder with their bare hands.
That is like a good defense, though, where he's like, I'm a heavyweight fighter. If I wanted to kill him, I would have.
Right.
So why is this attempted murder?
That's actually a good point. Do you think maybe he was using a weapon for it, but he had never trained with weapons? He had only trained with his fists?
He just is holding a knife, but sideways.
No idea how to do it.
He has a gun, but it's upside down. He's bonking someone on the head with it.
That's right.
Just getting some coffee.
Oh, just some coffee down there. Cool.
Wow, that worked just as well as you hoped it would, Alec. Was that
Ken
worth
looked at me.
describing beforehand?
I got two jokes here. I'm gonna say 'em at Jacob for no reason. Diabetic insulin. Diabetic insulin might seem a bit expensive, but not buying it will cost you an arm and a leg.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
The French are second only to the diabetics.
Sorry, going back on the on that last joke, that was diabetic insulin you
As
were talking
opposed to
about?
normal insulin.
Okay, thank you.
What are you, stupid? I thought you knew diabetic shit.
Yeah.
The French are second to only diabetics when it comes to being defeated. There we go. That's not a good. I haven't heard that one before.
That's silly.
I have a
Because diabetics get
bald
their
Guys,
joke
we could really irk this whole podcast a lot longer if we just over-explain every joke. Like, I could go into that one.
I was just going
Now,
to
what's
do
the
that.
joke there, Kaden?
Now let's talk.
What would make that funny?
Well, see, diabetic people famously have hands for feet. Okay.
I knew it. That's why you wouldn't take your socks off in the hot tub.
You know, Alec, I tried the Impossible Burger finally, but I topped it with bacon, so I think that technically makes it an improbable burger.
You know what's funny is I actually order that all the time.
I know, that's why I wrote it.
Okay, that makes sense.
That was based off you for you.
based off me. Yeah,
By you?
Cute. That's like
I
a
order
love
that, and they
story
always
joke.
give me a look like I'm crazy. They're like, "You know, bacon's meat." It's like, yeah, yeah.
Next time that happens, you should go. What?
My God.
You know, I was really disappointed because I always assumed that it was made out of unicorn meat and not beans. Thanks, Kaden.
That's fucked up. What? Okay. Do you have any good jokes here?
Do you want to hear not even a joke, just kind of a thought
I'd
that
love to.
someone had once, and it's like, okay,
Was this someone that had the thought you?
yes,
Okay.
we can have a cyberpunk aesthetic without a cyberpunk government.
I feel like that's what like an edgy 15-year-old guy that calls himself like Leech would say in like a forum. That's his forum signature.
This dude,
But the L's a 7.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, right.
It's fine. Yeah.
I was going through some old texts of like middle school Caden, just chatting up people.
Hey, Kaden. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why is that?
Because the road was a border separating Ukraine and Romania, and the chicken wanted to escape the hell of war. Seems like a smart move.
Wow.
That is the most norm joke you've ever told, I think.
Thank you.
Uh-oh, you've just outed us as a norm.
A norm ripoff show?
Uh-oh.
It's funny because we're doing it, but so much worse. I'm so happy he died before he saw this.
He would never see this. Other.
Absolutely not.
No one will ever see this. Turn them off. Turn them all off now.
Cut this.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ukraine, there was tragic news out of the country as a family seeking asylum was denied and forced to stay in the war-torn country. The family kept crying, please, we just want our chicken back.
Wow.
Hit it with the second?
And now we're going to end the show the way that we end it every time, I've decided, with a historical fact. So,
No, I was thinking we just do one joke each.
at the same time,
No.
What?
We just go like boom, boom, boom with one joke.
And that's it?
Yeah.
I don't have a
Okay.
joke, I have a historical fact.
Okay, you can tell the fucking fact.
All right.
I'm gonna tell a joke. I got a joke. People know O.J. Simpson as the best football player of all time, but they often discredit his other accomplishments. For example, he wrote the first If It Were a True Crime book.
George Floyd is the Pearl Harbor of the Black Lives Matter movement. Brutal.
Wow. You look genuinely confused as you were reading that.
I just found these in a notebook.
Where'd you find the notebook?
I found it in my Uncle Terry's home.
Well, that's the show.
Albert Einstein.
Well, I have it written down here as Alfred Einstein for some reason. Don't worry about it.
Copyright.
Albert Einstein's last words have been unknown for years as he spoke them in German to a nurse who only knew English. However, most historians believe that the famous scientist said, "Get me a doctor, bitch, I'm dying!" Thank you, Caden.
Well, guys, please never tune in again.
That's the show.
You can't tune into this one, actually, because it's never going to see the light of day.
Honestly, it was pretty bad.
Or the dark of night.
What about Twilight and Dawn?
Yeah, the vampire community is actually the #1 community for this one episode of the podcast that we're never going to show to anyone.
This was rough. That was a pilot, though.
It was fine.
Surely it
a
can't
pile
get
of dough.